Morning. I made it. This is Marketing Moments, and I am Pip if you don't know me already. Today, we're going to talk about what to look for when hiring a marketing agency. Thought that would be a really good topic as in the group we talked about scope creep. So, this is kind of an add on to that or a before that or whatever you have. I'm just going to click on myself and then we'll get right into it. When I say click on myself, I'm just going to click on myself on my Facebook business page. Today, we're going to talk about what to look for when hiring a marketing. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I see anybody commenting or coming, I definitely want to say hello. Okay, so let's get into it. So, say you're a business and you're looking to hire a marketing agency. All marketing agencies are different. They run things in a different way. They focus on different important things. So you really kind of have to know what you think works for your business, and then interview several agencies. Let me just change. Here I am. Okay, perfect. So let's do this. Okay, so we run across this all the time. We go after business and we compete with other agencies. And we're a little different over here. We're a bit of a boutique agency. Boutique, such a fun word to say. Boutique. And what that means is we do customized approaches for clients because we want to have a continual relationship with them. We've noticed some really important things. So, as I said in the group, we talked this week about scope creep. It's kind of for agency owners or freelancers because this is something we run across all the time. And it can really affect how we do business and what we're doing. So, that led into, a strong idea about, what to expect from an agency. And we are in a process of interviewing with a client, and he is going after different agencies to see what they can provide. And, not everybody's going to be right for everybody else. So, if you are looking to hire an agency and you want to know, how and what to expect from an agency, I'm going to get into it. And then we're going to talk about project and kind of scope and how to get them completed with ease and efficiency, which is super fun. So it's my 15 minutes on my Sunday morning marketing moments, right? Okay, so what I think, really want, now this is just me, and I'm going to ask a question first, which is, what to expect from your marketing agency. Do you ever wonder, say you've hired an agency and you don't know what they do? You actually wonder what they are doing for you because they might be posting on social media, so creating images. They might be doing things behind the scene on the back end of your website. But what if they're not doing anything? What if you're paying a company and you don't know what you're getting? Well, that might not be the right company for you. So we see this all the time where we have clients come to us and they're like, well, we don't know. We don't really know what they did because, you can provide reports, but if you're not explaining things really well and helping somebody understand what you're doing, well, it's easy with marketing to for the person hiring you to feel like they don't know what you're getting. And it's easy for you to get frustrated if you're the marketing person because you're doing a lot. So we have uh, set up something where we're fully transparent. We'll be transparent about how many clients we have, who we're servicing. You can talk to our clients if you like. They become close friends, and we really care about their business. And that's why we're a boutique. We're really small, and we focus on education angle because it's important for any business to succeed online to understand marketing a little bit. And everybody's in different places, and online can be super overwhelming, right? Right. Gosh. So things, transparency, education, and then timelines and milestones. Visiting these often, reviewing them. We use, as you probably well know, something called a sprint strategy. So we give ourselves timelines, and we track how we get things done, when we get things done, and we'll even give our clients access to our Trello boards to see what we're doing if they would like. Not always necessary. Sometimes people do not want to know what their agency people are doing. That being said, they might not want to know, but it's your job, I believe, as an agency owner, to show people what you're doing because you want to be accountable. Best way to be accountable is to track what you did, to track what you're doing next, and to explain why you're doing that. So, timelines, milestones, and visiting them often is another one. Communication is one of the most important aspects. We have a couple clients that call us when they're in need. We know the type of relationship they want to have, and we're okay with that. Type of relationship that's ideal for a marketer or for a freelancer is good communication, consistent communication, just to make sure everybody's hitting all the points they like. The other thing that I think is maybe essential is setting up goalposts, right? We want to be achievers in order for us to be continually capped on as a marketing agency for clients. We need goals, and we on our side create situations where we measure our goals because we want to achieve, because if we achieve, you keep us, right? And that, usually is the goal of most marketing agencies. Now, I don't know if you know, but the reason I started my own agency was because I worked for a startup agency who came from the Yellow Pages background, which was to sell, 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 and then worry about what your deliverables are kind of later. And I mean, they were trying really hard, but honestly, they had too many salespeople probably, and not enough people in house, and not enough processes and systems in place to make everybody successful. So that's why I went on my own. And yes, I did take a couple clients with me. Okay, so couple other things that you really want to pay attention to and ask yourself when hiring an agency are, do they listen to you? Not only do they listen to you, but do they hear you? So are you seeing what you want explained to you? Are you seeing what you mentioned in your last meeting in some report or in an email? Is there follow-up, right? That communication thing is huge. And is there a project lead? So every project needs a leader, right? So, and the reason for that is because there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of admin that goes into marketing. And to get that all organized properly, you definitely need a system to manage that, right? So you can look at what's going on, so you can improve on what you're doing. Now, some clients don't necessarily want improvement. They want keep the lights on, right? They're doing social media to keep the lights on, to show a presence, but they know that it might not get them clients because they're not advertising on social media and they don't have a strategy for that. Okay. So you need to know your marketing person needs to know what to expect, and you need to know what to expect. So a good way to lay that out is, that what was done and what are we doing? And that keeps everybody accountable and moving. Marketing is so dynamic and so much fun, but in order to keep up with trends, in order to keep up with what we want our agency to focus on, you really need to do that. You really need to do what are you doing? What's happening next, right? Somebody's joined me. Say hello because I cannot see who you are. Other than that, I'm going to continue on. Super, super interesting. Okay, so I wanted to talk about, because we talked about scope creep, I really wanted to look at it from the agency side and talk about like how to get projects completed with ease and, what to expect in the project process. If you're an agency, you definitely want to be hired for the year, right? You definitely want that type of relationship where everybody's committed to that year. But before that, maybe the 3-month sign up ahead of time to prove, because it only takes about 3 months to really show your stuff, right? And if you're not a cookie cutter agency, where you're not filling people into your system, and instead you're creating a system for your individual client, because every business is slightly different and every owner is different, right? So with projects and marketing, first thing you want to do is clearly define the project scope. So that means what's included, what's excluded. In that, you also want to have project timelines, right, that you visit, and they aren't necessarily written in stone. They can be moving targets, but if you visit them and you're accountable, then you know where you're going and everybody's expectations are met all along the journey, which, just makes things better. Surprises are sometimes fun, but in business, maybe not, right? Okay, so got clearly defined project scope, a plan, a plan if you're going to make changes. And this should be addressed maybe when you even do your proposal. Like if changes happen, for instance, if, a strategy you're doing isn't working and you need to evaluate that and pivot. For instance, we have a client where we do a keep the lights on strategy for social media. Well, this month they actually lost 3 followers on Facebook. Now, what's a follower, right? Like, is it actually a client? No, but the thing is, it's hard. It's hard to lose people. So you definitely want to. So I'm going to go back and look at that and be like, okay, well, where did that happen? What do I think made them leave? And then we might make adjustments to one of the programs we offer because maybe it's not the right strategy for businesses and maybe we'll focus on something else. So I'll be doing some research there and following up with the client, right? That's exactly what we want to do because we want to keep them happy and us happy. So having a plan for changes, having clear defined project scope, communicating clearly and often. As I said before, that is essential for both agency and person hiring agency. So for instance, you might hire an agency and then you have different people that are communicating with you. Well, were they introduced to you as the project lead? Maybe you dealt with the owner initially and then you got shuffled off, and maybe you don't feel good because you're dealing with like one of the minions or the worker bees. And if you were going to be introduced to another person to communicate, it's often essential to pull them into a meeting and explain why. Like, the person that, like, as an owner, the person I'm going to get to do certain tasks is going to be better than I am because I'm hiring people that are better than me with certain things. We all can't be amazing at everything, right? Oh, what a dream. What a dream that would be. Okay, so communicate clearly and often and set realistic project expectations. Your marketing person will not bring you millions of people tomorrow. It's really important, and it's really important for the marketing person to talk about that when being hired to manage expectations. The managing expectations is huge, and that is for the person hiring a marketing person and the person doing the work, right? Those realistic project expectations, we all want to succeed and we all want to do it really fast. If you're looking for massive conversions on your site, well, you have to make incremental changes to get there because you have to be testing and doing and figuring out and working. Remember, I said marketing it's like a living entity, really, where there's lots of moving pieces. There's different types of fish in the ocean. Marketing is like an ocean, and there's different fish, different terrain, different types of currents, new things coming up, like garbage in the ocean, Okay, there's my analogy. Part of the reason we have the fish for our agency is because, the little piranha comes from the sea. So that's a marketing sea. Anyway, that's a story for another day. The reason I brought this topic up today was, one person that we're doing a audit for, an SEO audit mainly, they had hired an SEO company and they didn't, after a year, they didn't know what they did. And so they're kind of left feeling like they've stopped working with the agency and they don't know what they did and they don't know where to move to next. So as an agency owner, it's my job to go in and say, okay, this is all working great. This is not, and help with the education process. And that's one of the reasons we offer the course that we just did our beta for, was because it's going to give a broader spectrum of knowledge to help you understand what's going on online. And you can use it for your personal life, your business, and it will literally, if you're a business owner, if you're not going to do the work yourself, which you could, but it'll give you the tools to be able to talk about that. And you want those tools because you don't want to waste your money and time, right? Nobody who wants to do that. Anyway, that is my talk today. It's 11:15. So I am out of here. Again, if you don't know who I am, I'm Pip. If you've listened to this or you're on the replay, please send some love and make a comment. I want to know, have you hired an agency? What do you look for when you hire an agency? Now that is important to know. So let me know in the comments, have you hired an agency and what do you look for when you're going to hire an agency? Anyway, I hope you have a beautiful Sunday. I will see you next Sunday here and in the Facebook group on Thursday at 11. I will see you there for our weekly live. Okay, bye. Have a great day.